I've had my hands on both of the Lorwyn Eclipsed Precons for the better part of a week, and while they are both definitely a lot of fun, I've been having a lot more success with my upgraded version of Ashling the Limitless. So, looking at our commander, what do we want to be doing? She is a 2-mana 2/3 elemental sorcerer that gives elemental spells we cast from my hand evoke 4. So if you cast a spell for its evoke cost, it's sacrificed when it enters. But when we sack a non-token elemental, we create a token that's a copy of it that gets haste until end of turn. At the end of our next end step, we sacrifice it unless we pay Wooburg, otherwise known as one of each color. So, with my personal upgrade, I'm looking at doubling up all of those really strong elemental enters the battlefield effects that we really want. So I've got a lot of cards that aim to do just that. So there are a couple ways we can go about doubling those effects. We can either flat out just make more tokens with effects like Renewed Solidarity, which gives us token copies of whatever tokens we made on our end step. Parallel Lives, which is just a direct token doubler. Or things like Twin Flame Travelers that double up our elemental triggers, so we'll get all of our enters the battlefield effects twice immediately. With such a potent commander ready to go at pretty much any time, we also need some pretty solid and standard ways to protect her, which the deck doesn't really include. So, I've just got some Swiftfoot boots and some Winged boots in the deck at the moment, as just a ward enabler and a hexproof enabler. So just a bit of very solid protection, renewable, reusable protection as well. And the other big thing people are wanting to upgrade with this deck is, unfortunately, the land base. It is a 5-color Precon land base. Not a lot you can really do with it at stock. A lot of your lands are going to enter tapped. So what you can do, and what I've been doing slowly, is I was very fortunate enough to open a couple of the new shock lands that got reprinted in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So I've got those in the deck. They should, I presume, go down a little bit in price, but also in general, the new land Eclipsed Realms is, I feel, genuinely fantastic for this kind of deck, as you just choose Elemental, and you can either tap for colorless or tap it for one of any color to cast your elementals. Now, as for elementals to add to the deck to copy, I think actually a lot of the ones in the stock Precon are fantastic. My only real includes at the moment are the new Incarnation elementals that we got in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So far, I have Deceit, Wistfulness, and Vibrance. They all do a bunch of different enters battlefield effects depending on which colored mana you are choosing to spend to cast them, which I think is actually really cool.